Nobody not selling out. We talking facts. Facts we dealing with. Nobody not selling out. We talking facts. I been to Guyana, man. I have to go back. The way how the country looking, man, they left me shocked. Who's ever in charge? Them putting we on the map. The men them look healthy. The girls them look hot. I went to a meeting. I don't know if it's chicken curry. Them Guyanese eating, man. The government working. 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 This one's for them haters. For them haters who attacking Guyana. Guyana, show them your little finger. Little finger, show them your little finger. Little finger, show them the 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 little finger. The government working. 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 Don't mix me with politics. I yes, that guy and his critics. I just want the country fixed. Man, I come for some kicks. Can leave the bumper fake. We call it a camera trick. And if you rest it to me, I still give it some licks. The government working. 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 The government. This is for the hater. For the hater. This is for the hater. We're running down Guyana. For the hater. For the hater. Show them little finger. Show them your little finger. Little finger. Show them your little finger. Little finger. Show them your little finger. Government working. The 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 government working. Now don't mix me. Don't mix me. Don't mix me. The government working. I don't do politics. Just get jacket, right? Get jacket. Walking. Walking. They're walking. Them walking. They're walking. Now I said them walking.
This is Quincy Anderson. You know I love my country. There's no other country better than mine. Welcome to Guyana, land of 6 races, 6 different faces, and we all live in love. Guyana is a beautiful country, no other can compare. Got everything right here, so no other can compare. Guyana is made up of so many natural resources. We don't need no forces, cause we got enough resources. Let's talk about bauxite, gold, diamond, and rice. We got it right here. Guyana ain't going nowhere. We got enough oil too. One Guyana, I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. One Guyana, I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. Hey, Guyana is nice, Guyana is fun, Guyana is clean, Guyana is green, Guyana got oil, Guyana got gold, Guyana got young and Guyana got old. I ain't talking no more. Guyana got things, we growing wings and developing things. The government real and that's a big deal. I'm singing from my heart, Guyana. I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. One Guyana. I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. Welcome to Guyana, land of 6 races, 6 different faces, and we all live in love. Guyana is a beautiful country, no other can compare. Got everything right here, so no other can compare. Guyana is made up of so many resources. We don't need no forces, cause we got enough resources. Let's talk about bauxite, gold, diamond, and rice. We got it right here. Guyana ain't going nowhere. We got enough oil to one Guyana. I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. One Guyana. I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. This is Quincy Anderson.
Hey, yo, my G, where you from?
Guyana.
Ghana?
No, Guyana. Yeah. Hello, Wagwan. Yeah. I came from a land. It have many water, many great sons and many daughters. And we have the land, yo, where many ask for. We never see Katrina, nah, those disaster. I feel nice, we come from the golden city. Girl born in gold dust, so we show them pretty. The man full of faith, me nah know none was slippy. Guyana, me say big up on no city. Cause this is the dear land of the free. Land of the many waters, resources and trees. Land of the rivers and seas. I proud, Phoebe, Guyanese. Land of the Amerindians, the Africans, the East Indians. And Portuguese, not to mention the Europeans and the Chinese. Them feel blessed from Guyana beach breeze. Cause enough people tour around the world and ask about Guyana, but don't know where that is. That is the last city of El Dorado in the world. That is the land where we live. Land of the biggest one-drop falls. Plus we have the longest floating bridge. We from South America, some say the Caribbean, but still a thanks we a give. Alright, 1, 2, mic check. View from gravity, are the nicest. Match time, my city. At the IPES, we see them gyal wine up in a some liquor tight dress. We are hustle from morning till night catch. Them finno Guyanese get a youth not like rest. House and car, them finno we like press. Check the bank line them. We not like check. We got gold and diamond, them think priceless. Timber bauxite, then check the aisle next. GDF, Miami is the finest. I mean I talk about the sugar, nah the rice yet. So a marshal, I drop the Guyanese bomb. For feed the nation, that's the Guyanese plan. Big up a kilo, them with them Guyanese and Guyana. That's where them Guyanese from. People tour around the world and ask about Guyana, but don't know where that is. That is the last city of El Dorado in the world. That is the land where we live. Land of the biggest one-drop falls. Plus we have the longest floating bridge. We from South America, some say the Caribbean, but still a thanks we a give. I came from a land, it have many water, many great sons and many daughters. Is we have the land, what many ask for, we never see Katrina or nah, those disaster. I feel nice, we come from the golden city. Girl born in gold dust, so we sure them pretty. The man full of faith, we not know none was slippy. Guyana, we say big up on no city. Enough people tour around the world and ask about Guyana, but don't know where that is. That is the last city of El Dorado in the world. That is the land where we live. Land of the biggest one-drop falls. Plus we have the longest floating bridge. We from South America, some say the Caribbean, but still a thanks we a give. Hello, Wagwan. I the nuclear family, hey master, one up fully. A one-time records, a 592, we think that. Hello, Wagwan.
Hey, yo, my G, where you from?
Guyana.
Ghana?
No, Guyana. Yeah. Hello, Wagwan.
Expedite the extra tight. Yeah. Expedite the extra tight. As Robin himself. Expedite the extra tight. Yeah. Some say as Robin was Robin, and he's just hood, scrapes on his side. But this Guyana no good. He was all around the tongue, but he can't go abroad. Everybody know he's a big fraud. Every plane that land does give you a fright. That's why he does pray and cry every night. But people don't worry, have no fright. Cause we gonna expedite the extra. As Robin Hansel, both of you going in a cell. Please tell me now the real price for the Lamborghini.
Ship it out but not pay taxes. I hear we owe in the millions. He spend half on them gas, them Brazilians. But soon they are reckoning a come. The laugh them a go laugh, I run them a go run. Run. As Robin Hansel, both of you going in a cell. Please tell me now the real price for the Lamborghini. Do it very soon. Do it very shortly. As Robin Hansel, both of you going in a cell. Please tell me now the real price for the Lamborghini. Do it very soon. Do it very shortly. Just do it very quick. Do it very shortly. Just do it. One of them chicks say he just come real quick. They say what wrong, why you moving so frantic? He panting, he sweating, he trembling inside. Say I can't stay long for the ride. Bye. The shutter than a GRA invoice. Smuggling, calling, let me make my choice. My choice. As Robin Hansel, watch how fast the story spell. Lamborghini price keep changing every minute. Fix it now, my friend. Make up your mind. We tired of the gimmicks. All them years you rip off the nation. Now you turn overnight big politician. I believe this song on Sinky mission. Just trying out your dodgy extradition. We talk about change and new ambition, but we know it's just pure self-preservation. Why the paperwork tight, no more magician. Soon court gun call it for real submission. But people don't worry, have no fright, 'cause we gonna expedite the extra. As Robin Hansel, both of you going in a cell. Please tell me now the real price for the Lamborghini. Do it very soon. Do it very shortly. As Robin Hansel, both of you going in a cell. Please tell me now the real price for the Lamborghini. Do it very soon. Do it very shortly. Do it very shortly. I see some of you laughing, some of you crying. Please don't think we Guyanese stupid or stalling. They're living in mansion with pool and spouse. Guyanese living like church mouse. There is something really wrong here. This ain't right. This ain't right. That's why we wanna really expedite the extradite. As Robin Hansel, both of you going in a cell. Please tell me now the real price for the Lamborghini. Do it very soon. Do it very shortly. As Robin Hansel, both of you going in a cell. Please tell me now the real price for the Lamborghini. Do it very soon. Do it very shortly. Do it very quick. Do it very shortly. Expedite the extra time. Soon the FBI plane's gonna land. Expedite the extra time. Ring the bell, ring the bell. Expedite the extra time. As Robin Hansel.
Good morning, and welcome to another episode of Livewire. It is the 30th of June, 2026. Happy to be here with you. Morning to those persons joining us across the 10 administrative regions. Morning to the persons joining us across the diaspora. Special good morning to the persons in the comment section. Thank you for. Oh, man. Look, anyway. Morning to the persons in the comment section. Pangman Trevor, morning to you. Mohammed Yusuf, good morning. Sean Washington, morning to you. Amanda Prasad, good morning to you. Tracy Martindale from Bartica region number 7. Special good morning to you and every Martindale except that one, the one you know, right? Leslie Mongo, good morning. Ravin Sobrian, Sobram, Sobaram, Ravin Sobaram, morning to you. Virgil Watts, morning to you. Leslie Mangal, morning to you. Intiaz Bacchus, Philomena Lee, good morning. Mike Bishra, morning to you and the team. Ashmi Balzio, good morning to you. Prasad Pati, Sally Jones, Jane and Hill, good morning to you. Jenny Tamal, Osafa Anderson, morning to you, brother. You're here early. What? You hear Orly? What you see so? His ministry probably out and about somewhere early this morning, doing what they're doing. right? Eunice Ragubir, good morning to you as well. Joan McCrae, good morning, good morning, good morning. Um, Today's dancing's funeral. It's going to be at the Promenade Gardens. I think it's starting at 10, I think. Nevertheless, I was at the wake last night and a wonderful turnout to celebrate the life of dancing. Don has impacted so many people in so many different ways. Um, there's a crew that usually rolls with Don. Andre Atkinson, I think, is part of it. This chef guy, I can't remember his name, but a heavy set guy, Rasta guy. He lives in Kingston. Um, and a couple of others, some females as well. They always work together, whether it's their political work or, bringing awareness to things within the community, ensuring that community members come out to public meetings to have their issues heard and addressed. And I saw them last night and I greeted some of them. And I really did feel it for them because I know, whilst they're not Don's direct family, they were like his family. They were really close. There's a young lady. I only met her. They had an outreach. This is whereby Alberton, in the Alberton area. I think she lives around there. She does medical work or something like that. She's a medical professional. And I don't deal with these situations well. I try to keep myself away from them. It brings back too many memories of my mother and my aunt when I see people grieving for, their loved ones. It takes me back to my period when I was dealing with that and all the drama that brought. But last night I saw persons who were celebrating Don, remembering the impact he had on their lives. And I must say it was very heartening to see the mayor at the wake. And I thought it was very mature of him to show up and, show respect to a sitting councillor. I think there was a wake the night before or 2 nights before or something like that. I didn't see any. I was not there, so I don't know if any other councillors were there. But I I saw the mayor there last night, and I thought that was very mature of him to come out, pay his respects to Dan Singh. They had a tumultuous relationship within the council in terms of back and forth and not agreeing on how the council should be run or led, I should say. But it didn't deter him from coming out to show respect, um, and to celebrate the life of dancing. So I would dare say hats off to you, Mr. Mayor, for being a level-headed, mature person in this aspect, despite the modus operandi of the party that you represent. Again, I don't know if other councillors from the opposition side were there on the previous nights of the week, but I did see the mayor there, and that was good to see, um, that at least he can be an adult and to put aside certain differences and to show up, right? Nevertheless, R.I.P. to Dan Singh, condolences to the family and friends, and the comrades of Dan Singh. This one indeed was shocking. I mean, everybody expects death, but still, it was not something that we. It's not something that we had at the top of our minds. Anyway, now that we got that out of the way, What's wrong with Prince? Prince, but my boy Darren. How Darren is my boy? Darren is everybody boy. Darren is the country boy. What's wrong with you? Darren is your friend too, Prince. Don't pull yourself out. Nevertheless, I noticed, oh, also because Wikir is still rolling out, right? So please check the Ministry of Education's Facebook page to ascertain, the dates of the schools in your area, the schools that your child or ward would attend, so you know when to go and, get that started. Again, I'm asking you guys, spend the money on the children then, right? Spend the money on the children then. Anyway, guys, listen, I sick and tired of telling y'all how sick and tired I am of this guy. And I also see persons, Mukesh Vishnu, that morning to you. I also see persons saying shows like this make him popular. But what you must understand is you cannot allow the narrative that this gentleman pushes run wild and rampant. Because when you allow things like that to happen, persons, even more than it's happening now, are misinformed on the situation. The sad part about this thing is, as an opposition leader, this guy has access to information. He can request information so that he is in the know and he doesn't continue to make wild, loose, baseless statements. He would realize that he doesn't have to post photos of farmers dealing with flooding and then bring in a government project as if the farmers supposed to take the cows out to the water and keep them at the abattoir. So, Azadin Mohammed, the fugitive offender opposition leader, who's recently recovered from a bout of dengue, is back at it again with another Facebook performance. This time, he is again trying to take this newly constructed abattoir at Onverwagt and turn it into his political punching bag once again. And let's call it for what it is: political mischief dressed up as concern for farmers. Because every time there's a hardship, every time there's a flooding, every time farmers face a genuine challenge, what does the opposition do? They do not bring a plan. They do not bring a serious proposal of some sort to remedy the situation. They do not bring relief. They bring a camera, a Facebook post, and a bag of accusations. I want to say something else. Cows just put it out in big piles. But let me just say a bag full of accusations. No, again, remember this abattoir thing being in the social media sphere just a couple of days ago. And numbers were put out in terms of what this abattoir has been doing and processing since its completion. Right? But that does not seem to influence the thinking patterns of the crew there at Win. They are now again claiming that the abattoir serves no purpose. The farmers, cows dying in the flood. Would the flood got to do with the abattoir? If cows aren't to the age of slaughter, the way to slaughter, whatever it is, and the farmers have a flood, what I got to do with the abattoir? Make it make sense. So they're calling it a white elephant. They're suggesting that the local cattle farmers are being ignored, while big boys, mind you, in naming a single bomber clot big boy, in naming a single big boy, in calling nobody name. They know everything else, but they knows who doing it, right? So the big boys, as they put it, smuggling in cattle from Brazil and using the facility to destroy farmers. That is a serious allegation. And here's the first question anybody should ask Azadin Mohammed, Ikan Roman, Odessa. Are we talking about beef? She look like she like beef. That's the first question. The first question we should ask is, where's the evidence? Where's the evidence? Where's the they show, you know, the other day they say Minister Mustafa got COVID. They ain't even got a flashy COVID test to say, well, yes, look, COVID. It's just anything that they pull out of their derriere or Azadine's derriere, because he's full of manure. You understand? So it's bare manure ideas coming out of Azadine's derriere, and they just putting it into the atmosphere. You understand? You cannot jump on Facebook. Well, you could. You shouldn't, as the leader of the opposition, because you know are in a role where you're responsible. You know you're a leader, whilst you're not the leader of the country. You're the leader of the opposition, right? So you should not jump on Facebook, throw out words like smuggling, corruption, white elephant, and expect the country to swallow it because you say it loudly. Take a page out of the Americans' book, Azadin. Before they jumped out and holler, smuggling, corruption, Hezbollah, wire fraud, mail fraud, they gathered evidence. Right? That evidence they presented to the magistrate here so they could carry you away. Right? GRA, when did they accuse you? When you tell the country, it's by stupid, but I don't know. Jesus Christ. When you told the country about how much taxes you pay for vehicles, and then GRA go do a Leonard Craig, wait, hold on. That numbers ain't right. Something ain't right. They went and got the receipt for the payment to show how much you pay the people you buy it from overseas, and then how much you say you pay for it here, or the wire transfer, or whatever it is. Evidence. Right? So what you need to do, Azadin, is take a page out of U.S. federal law enforcement's book, investigate, gather evidence, like what they did in relation to you and your father. Gathered evidence of the empty boxes that you are smuggling the gold through, the gold that going at allegedly going that ain't going and coming back empty and all kind of thing. Evidence. Right? You cannot use these terms, cry corruption, white elephant, and just expect people to. More so, Azadin and Team Win. If there is evidence that you have of Brazilian beef coming into Guyana. I don't know, like the cows mooing Portuguese. You understand? So beef can't come down from Letem or somewhere along the trail where they got ranch farms and these kinds of things within Guyana territory. It got to come from Brazil. Because when the cows get to the abattoir to be slaughtered, they are mooing in Portuguese. That's how Asadin them know it's cows from Brazil. You understand? And if you have that evidence, you hear these cows mooing in Brazil, mooing in Portuguese, take it to the police. You record that. Look, officer, this is not a Guyanese cow. You take it to the police and say, look, this is not a Guyanese cow. This is an illegal alien cow. This cow crossed the border. You got no papers. You got to get deported. Take it to the GLDA. Right? Tell them, look, Brazilian beef. Look, the evidence, Brazilian beef. Take it to GRA. Because like you and the accusations against you, anybody bringing in beef, like how you say you're bringing in, depriving Guyanese of taxes, like the 191 billion you deprive Guyanese of. So take it to GRA. Take it to the Ministry of Agriculture. The same man who got dengue, your vets guy, your son, you want them to do it you because you got your cloud over your head. Take it to the ministry. Minister Mustafa, look, this is the man's name. This is the man's name. This is the man's name. Do like the Americans plan to do to you. Look, this is the man who used to work with in the US. This is the man who used to empty the box and lock it back. This is the man who processed the payment for the Lamborghini. This is the man who you used to send the money for Hezbollah. This is the man who said I told the gold they come from Venezuela. You think that people ain't got evidence? Do like them. Bring the evidence out. Take it to the authorities. And then if the authorities ain't do nothing, then you jump out. Then you jump out. But to use farmers suffering as a stage for your small stage political theater, that is wicked as a deal. That is wicked. You're a wicked human being. Wicked. I see one of the cow calf still in the placenta. Still in the placenta. And you posting that up. A farmer invests time, money, and energy for the mother cow. Probably had to go and pay GLDA or NARI or somebody to artificially inseminate the cow to ensure that you get a good quality calf. And you just throwing it up. Oh, look. Oh, the cow there, the abattoir. You know, sometimes I wonder if people forget that Guyana coastline is below sea level. No matter how much interventions the government put, riprap, seawall, raise the seawall, dig out all the drain, put in pump station, it is only temporary. Right? But a lot of Guyanese are not going to up and leave the capital city and move inland to higher ground. They don't settle here. They like, hey, the hay is right there. So you got to deal with flooding. The whole reason the government put in those pump stations is so whether the tide high, low, or intermediate, they could get water out of the capital city. One of the main reasons for that. But at the end of the day, some cattle farmers are way in some back dam, some way down, some way. Right? And all they would have is probably a water pump and the canal that they're trying to pump water into. So if they're full, we're pumping the water, where the water going to go? Eh? You think after years, and I do mean years, because flooding isn't anything new in Guyana. Region 4, them flooding, Guyana flooding. We even call it region flooding. Once rainfall too long, flood. You would think that some farmers, after realizing that this is something that is recurring, and despite efforts by the government, hey, it's only so much you could do, right? Build some kind of platform or something with the cows. Well, people might got a lot of cows. I might have all to go up there. I understand that. But people got to start taking responsibility for their stuff, right? You have to have you as a farmer supposed to be looking like, okay, we had heavy rainfall. This is my land. Looking for the highest part or the part that didn't flood. So you could put some system in place that, hey, when flood come again, at least I know this section in the land here is not affected as bad as the rest. But some people, some farmers, and let's be realistic, some farmers, cattle farmers, ain't got the cattle in a pasture. It's like they're roaming on state land. They're just roaming, right? So sometimes if the area is flooded, you may lose a couple of cows, but that doesn't mean it's the end of the world. The Ministry of Agriculture in K. The abattoir ain't got no use or no purpose. It's irresponsible. And that's exactly the kind of loose, reckless politics that Guyana must reject. And just let me be clear for persons looking here. The Onverwagt abattoir is not a pasture. It is not a cattle farm. It is not a flood shelter. It is not a magic wand that solves every livestock problem in Region 5. It's a friggin' abattoir. Is Asladeen so dense that he cannot understand that? It's an abattoir. Okay, so let's see. The government tell the cattle farmers in Region 5, once you got flooded, bring the cows to the abattoir. What happens then, Asladeen? Could you imagine 1,000? You could imagine 500 cows at the facility at one time for several farmers. The stupidity exhibited sometime by this man is astonishing. How could an adult that amass so much wealth by ill means be this dumb? It's an abattoir. The purpose is slaughtering, Asladeen, processing, improving the meat standards, a controlled environment, strengthening food safety, and preparing Guyana's livestock for industries and markets bigger than Guyana own. Do you realize, Asladeen, when you are exporting to other places, the meat, the conditions, packaging, all of that has to be of a certain standard? Like, we expect you to have a brain and to be at least got layman knowledge about certain things. But you are the level. So when Asladeen tries to confuse people by pretending the abattoir is supposed to operate like a government cattle buying office for every animal in every community, He's not educating farmers. He's misleading them. Which abattoir, at least I don't think the one in town buys meat. You go there to slaughter the meat. You gotta sell your meat. Which abattoir does buy meat? These guys are, oh boy. These guys are so ridiculous. It's not even funny. It's not even funny. Which abattoir does buy meat? You go there to slaughter the animal, they clean it up, and then you carry away a thing. Or if you got packaging services, you package it and you carry it away, you gotta sell your thing. And even if the abattoir is buying meat from farmers, is every farmer meat they gotta buy? If you going up to standard, if you cattling up to standard, what if the abattoir say, hey, listen, we can't buy these cows because these cows be in this flood water. We gotta wait a month or two to make sure they ain't got no disease or no infection or nothing. It's like Jesus Christ. Come on. You got to be a rocket scientist. That's why I wonder, like, is this guy, is this banner really so stupid? Or is just that he playing a role for his supporters, just picking at anything? If their cattle are not up to standard, the cattle fine and bony, it walk in the flood water, you don't know where it catch this, wherever. What happened? What happened? So the government or the government abattoir, according to you, should be buying beef from Tom, Dick, and Harry, whether the cattle good, indifferent, just buy, shop. We just shopping. Right? So it is not a cattle buying and selling harvest. And the fact that he tries to make farmers believe that he knows exactly what he's doing. He knows exactly what he's doing. And then he talks about white elephant. We can't even call. I'm gonna leave the PNC out of this. I deal with win. A white elephant produces nothing, Asadin. Asadin asks, a white elephant produces nothing. But this facility already produced over 111,000 kilograms of beef. That is not nothing, Asadin. That is not nothing. That is called output. That is activity. That is proof that the facility is operational. But the opposition doesn't want facts. They want outrage. People must say, why is big place empty? They want anger. Why didn't buy me cow? They're supposed to buy me cow. Even if me cow ain't up to scratch, they're supposed to buy me cow. They want headlines. Government white elephant. Hundreds of millions spent. They want farmers to believe that every problem they face is because of one government facility. The abattoir don't regulate the rain. The abattoir didn't decide that the coastal Guyana's coastline should be below sea level. The abattoir didn't decide that Guyanese should litter around the friggin' place. So even the drains that we got can't even function good to take off the water off the land. But serious people know that the livestock sector is bigger than one building. Farmers are dealing with flooding. They're dealing with pasture damage. They're dealing with feed shortage. They're dealing with animal health risk. They're dealing with drainage issues. Those are real issues. No way. He's not giving me nightmares. I'm just embarrassed at the level of stupidity exhibited at a Guyanese holding up one of Guyana's highest offices. Right, Wayne Passad? He doesn't give me nightmares. I'm scared at the level of stupidity exhibited and the embarrassment we feel every time this ass makes an appearance. Right? So, farmers dealing with a lot. And yes, farmers need help. They need drainage support, feed assistance, veterinary interventions, pasture recovery from flooding, market access, serious representation. What they don't need is an opposition leader who's a fugitive offender using their dead animals and their losses as political campaign material. That's not leadership, Asadin. That's exploitation. That's exploitation. The opposition leader is not solving anything by standing on Facebook and shouting white elephant. He's not saving one cow. He's not draining any pasture. He bringing any feed to them farmers to help them. He bringing any veterinary officer to look at them cattle that he taking photos of and posting all around the place. He's simply using the pain of the farmers to attack the government. And Guyanese must see through that. Now, again, there's this claim about cattle coming from Brazil. Again, let us be very careful. Lawful, regulated sourcing is not the same as smuggling, Asadeen Mohammed. What you did with the gold is called smuggling, right? What other gold exporters do through the gold board and GRA, the airports, that's called regulated export. So there's a difference. I give you an example that you could understand, right? Because it's like the same thing. You claiming they're moving cows, we and the US claiming that you was moving gold cross borders illegally. However, the authority that would regulate such activities have come out and said, yes, there's been some beef imported from Brazil, but this is known. This has gone through the legal process. The cows have been vetted, making sure everything is everything and whatnot. Right? The authority, the entity authorized to facilitate that beef coming from Brazil into Guyana, I said, yes, we have done it, regulated in small amounts. Yes. Any authority, gold board, US agency, anybody who looking for you, come out and say, yes, we know Asadeen was sending back these boxes empty. It's no problem. Everything is okay with this. Anybody come out on your behalf? Yes, we did sell Asadeen the Lamborghini at the price that he told GRA, not at the one that's on this receipt over here. No, your allegations are still standing and pending. The authority for any person agency, business, or whoever would like to import meat into this country has said, yes, we have imported beef from Brazil, but this importation followed all the paperwork, procedures, and everything that had to be done in relation to that. Is the US government saying that about you? That the gold you would have tried to smuggle through their country to Dubai and whatnot had all the paperwork and was legal? If cattle or beef are brought through approved channels with veterinary checks, permits, and controls, as that is not smuggling. But us wants to blur the lines. They want to take something regulated and make it sound criminal because it suits their political agenda. And that's the dangerous part of this whole team win thing. Because when you throw around claims like what you're saying now without proof, you're not only attacking the government, you're attacking the credibility of the livestock sector in Guyana. You're creating fear in the Guyanese market. You're damaging confidence in the Guyanese livestock market. You are confusing customers and farmers. Guys, just let me hold a second, please. Just hold a second. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Right? So, as I was saying, as I was saying, these attacks by Azadin damages the credibility of the livestock sector. It creates fear in the market. It damages the buyer confidence in terms of persons buying meat from Guyana on the international market, right? And more so, you're confusing the customers, the regular average Joe buying meat in Guyana. You're confusing farmers. And all for what? Facebook reactions, for shares, for cheap political points. The Onverwagt abattoir was built as a part of a larger plan to modernize the livestock industry. That means better slaughtering standards, better meat quality, better hygiene, better food safety, better preparation for export markets, better opportunities for value added production. As that is the big picture. But the opposition leader and his bandwagon of hooligans doesn't want Guyanese to see the bigger picture. They want to reduce everything to anger. They want to turn every facility into a scandal. They want to turn every challenge into a conspiracy. They want to turn every farmer's hardship into a campaigner that they could use against the government. And that is why their politics is so empty. Because if you really cared about farmers, bring a livestock plan. Tell the country how you would improve drainage. Tell the country how you would build emergency feed systems. Tell us how you would strengthen veterinary response. You put in a vet by every farm. Tell the country how you would expand the market for meat export in Guyana. Tell us how you would support cattle farmers after flooding, what you would do. Put all the cattle in the Lamborghini and the Ferrari and drive them fast until they dry off. Let us know what's the plan. But don't just run to Facebook and shout 800 million white elephant as if slogans can save livestock. You're saying that the cattle them still in the water. The cattle them that you post up still dead. And more so, the stupid slogans you use do not feed cattle. The slogans you use do not open the markets for our farmers. Your slogans, white elephant, it doesn't improve drainage. It doesn't build a steady, export-ready livestock sector. And more so, the slogans that you push as doesn't replace facts. Over 111,000 kilograms of beef passed through processed at our facility. The truth is simple. The abattoir is operational. It has produced output. It is a part of a long-term livestock modernization strategy. Farmers still need support, yes. Flooding must be addressed, yes. Drainage and veterinary response times, you understand, must be strengthened, yes. But none of that gives the ass of a fugitive offender opposition leader permission to spread reckless claims and dress them up as advocacy. There's a difference between holding the government accountable and deliberately misleading people. There's a difference between standing with farmers and using farmers. There's also a difference between raising concern and manufacturing outrage. And this morning, I want to say it to you. The opposition leader is not standing with farmers. He's standing on farmers' pain. That is the problem. Because when cattle farmers are hurting, they need immediate practical support, not political noise. They need action, not Facebook theater. They need solutions, not another recycled attack on a government facility. As you did this a couple of days ago, we're running out of ideas. You're running out of ideas. Azzadine's attack, and I want to say this plainly, Azzadine and Wynn's attack on the Onverwagt abattoir is weak. It is lazy, it is misleading, and it is built for social media, not for solving farmers' problems. So as I say to you here daily, at least Monday to Friday, if you have evidence of smuggling, present it. If you have evidence of corruption, report it. If you have a better livestock plan, by all means, publish it. But stop exploiting farmers' hardships to score cheap political points. The livestock sector deserves better. Farmers deserve better. And Guyana deserves better than foolish opposition politics built on rumors, half-truths, and Facebook outrage. Right? Get away from here. Now, quickly before I go, I got 9 minutes. I wanted to touch on something that I think some people don't want to acknowledge. Or I think some people living in a fantasy world. I saw Conan Marshall yesterday on his show talking about the PVP doesn't care about Linden and y'all in rich and living well and you're suffering and this and blah, 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 going on. Right? Now, at what point do people take responsibility for their own lives? I understand that some may say, and there may be some cases, real cases, of persons who lost opportunities for one reason or the other. But why is that an immediate indictment on the government? You have the same 24 hours like a lot of other people. What are you doing with your 24 hours? Right? The opposition wants to give this notion, and I'm talking about this lady in Stewartville. This Stewartville lady who said she pumping water from some drain to cook and wash and bathe and something like that. And then they had a photo of Minister Mustafa's son in front of some fancy car. Right? I am asking a genuine question. And the people on Livewire here, y'all could talk to me and deal with me straight. I think I deal with y'all straight. Is there a possibility, or is there any territory or any country that you guys can cite where every citizen of that country is wealthy or well off? Is there anywhere in the world where everybody is rich? Even places where they got the best government. Is there a place where everybody is rich? Everybody got the same as everybody else? Is there instances where a person might procrastinate and then the other person might be diligent at what they're doing, so this person is more successful than the other? Is there a case where there got some people who just decide, hey, I just scrape it. That's what I doing. I scrape it. I don't care. That is it. How is that person supposed to be rich? How is that person not supposed to have struggles and go through problems and got headache? Realistically. So this utopia that Conan and Asadine and them trying to pretend to people like, oh, you're supposed to be living this better life because oil-rich Guyana. A lot of countries, and y'all Google it, check to see from the discovery of oil to when citizens' lives had a meaningful change, what is the period of time? It didn't happen in 5 or 10 years. But an ass like Asadine is not going to say that to people. I don't even think Conan understands that, because all Conan is doing is abusing. Right? All Conan and contradicting himself. There's nowhere in the world. Could you imagine? And somebody gave me this example. Who was I talking to? Somebody gave me this example. I collect garbage. Right? See, the man was like, if all we rich, all we is millionaire, everybody in Guyana is a millionaire. How much I pay you for collecting me garbage really, by? You understand? Let's be realistic. In this life, people make decisions that either take them higher, keep them stagnant at one stage, or it regress them back into nothingness. Right? A lot of persons, and no disrespect to the woman with your water problem, but realistically, we speak it plainly here. Realistically, a lot of persons who are complaining, oh, I get a house lot. I get a house lot. I get a house lot. When y'all get the house lot, a lot of you can't even build yet. Where I am living is a scheme that was established under Barry Jagdeo whilst he was a president. And if you see house lots in here that just got bush, I mean, you could say 95% of the scheme is populated. But several house lots still got bush. Much less schemes open under President Ali, Minister Crowell, and then Minister Rodriguez, and now Minister Ben. So imagine you are unprepared to construct this house. Either you're doing it piece, you want to go to the bank or whatever it is, wherever you decide to do. You do it piece. So most of your money is going to the construction, and the rest you're trying to make ends meet because you're going to your construction. You're expecting a hard times. You're expecting a hard times. You want the ministry run pole and run water, and the scheme give out. Everybody like identify, But most people are moving into the schemes to build. Or they do, and mind you, I understand that you can do this at your own leisure. But again, why would the ministry take the road to concrete, asphaltic surface, put in a bunch of things, and no, the people in there? So for other guy, he needs to go in there to thief out the pipe, cut down the copper wire, and thief out the thing them. I've heard Minister Crowell say this over and over. The faster people occupy the place is the faster the utilities just going. At least they try to put in water and light in most places. Right? And case in point, when you look with the lady there, it's bush all the way around, and next house still off yonder in the background. She now going up with column posts and all kind of thing. We gotta be realistic, people. Right? We gotta be realistic. Pam tell your brother we're 625. If he's paying 750, we're 625. Let's call macro waste disposal. And mind you guys, if you're living along good intent, you tell all your family 2,500. Sorry. If you're living along Reed and Hoop to Wales, $2,500 a month. If you're living along Eccles to Diamond, $2,500 a month. We give you a bin and we come pick up garbage every on the designated days. Right now, for those people in those areas that I just mentioned, it's Saturday. $2,500 a month. I don't know how much you are paying these other garbage collectors. But we don't want to break people's pocket, despite the heavy increase in fuel prices. You understand? We're using the government subsidized diesel. That's what we're using. Right? So y'all hit up macro and get a bill. But back to my point. Again, there's no way that every single human being on this earth could be successful. No way. It can't work. It cannot work. More so in Guyana. There's no way every single Guyanese could be rich. In Dubai, we call them Dubaians or whatever you call them. Everybody rich there. Go on YouTube for all these Conan, y'all tag Conan. Tag all these Azadin. Tag them. Right? Go on YouTube and type in The Dark Side of Dubai. The Dark Side of Dubai. It's a documentary. Dubai like them thing. I sit down and watch documentary and them thing. The dark side of Dubai. And you go and look. After the Burj Khalifa and Palm Island and the world thing and thing, you look on the other side and see the immigrants and see what really going on with people over there. They got immigrant problem too. Don't think it's only Guyana. People complaining about Spanish. Y'all want to see it? You can imagine if Guyana was in line. So them people who they come in was Ecuador. Some places they come and walking up South America heading to the US. You think if we have to deal with the kind of flow, thousands of people walking together heading to Guyana, you think we could deal with that? Sometimes we gotta be realistic. We gotta be realistic. There's no way all Guyanese could be rich. There's no way all Guyanese could be middle class. And there's no government that can ensure that. Whether it's PVP, PNC, WIN, there's no government that can ensure that. Because even if, God forbid, Azadine Mohammed becomes the next president and decides to share out all the money to the Guyanese, there will be Guyanese who will invest it well. They're going to get Guyanese that are going to put it in a hole and just save it and then do nothing with it. Then they're going to get Guyanese that are going to just squander it. And we back in the same thing. Poor people, middle class, rich people. Right? So, I'm going to leave y'all with that. Do not be fooled. There's no territory in this world that everybody is well off. Everybody got a house. Everybody got a car. Everybody got money in the bank account. Everybody got a nice pension. Nowhere. With that being said, that's all for me this morning. Thank you guys for joining me. Sure, hold up. I wanted to deal with something. I see Saiku Andrews make back some video in relation to you and going on like a lunatic. Right? But I feel like I'm going to address it tomorrow. I can't fit it in this morning's show. But you keep doing what you're doing, champ. It's hot in them. It's hot in them. Because they can't go to Essequibo with no party funds or nothing and do nothing for nobody there. You understand? They can't go there to do nothing for nobody. And I keep saying, these same people who cross over from the PNC is coming to the realization that, hey, I get old. I want to make an impact in this life. Why am I holding on to this dead horse? People willing to work with me. Why am I hating on those people? You understand? And mind you, every crossover, everyone, all of the boogeyman stories that you heard from the PNC, all of them have a different experience. When you talk to them, you listen to their interviews. Hey, I felt embraced. You know, these people want to work. These people, they're organized. They're disciplined. You do chalk to cheese where you compare the two. You listen to any crossover. You listen to any one of them. They always talk. They trick. I've not seen a bad face. Nobody tell me nothing yet. You ask them. You understand? Anyway, y'all have a wonderful rest of the day. Please be careful on the roadways. Guyana police force. Anyway, that's all for me. As I usually say before I go, drive safely. I don't usually say that, but as I say it, it's all about peace. It's all about love. And most of all, it's all about one thing.
We are a peaceful people, struggle as we struggle. and we don't look for trouble, just ask around. But when outside faces from foreign places talk about taking over, we ain't backing down. We ain't giving up no mountains, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one grass, not a blade of grass. This land is all I know. We're gonna make it somehow. We will bend like a bow, but never break. Our fathers came here, and they lived and died here, and we ain't moving nowhere, make no mistake. We ain't giving up no mountains, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one grass, not a blade of grass.
We love the open county of the Rupun